I'm Austin Davis, and welcome to this week's Fit and Funny Tip. This week's Fit and Funny Tip is the only body part on the human body that scares me, and that's called a shoulder. Now, if you've ever seen any of my DVDs talking about working out, you always hear the word shoulder with scared, fear, terror. You got to send me to Brian Germain to learn to deal with that, but there's a reason why. This shoulder works in a way that really not much else in the body does. And right now, just kind of put your finger in there and kind of rotate. You might hear things popping and clicking in there. And you know, one of my big things is functional fitness. And let me tell you what, for some of you, you can't reach back to get the seatbelt because there's some problem in the shoulder girdle. For some of you, it's when you try to take a can and lift it overhead or take a bag out like the overhead binding, there's some sort of shoulder problems. And a lot of the classic exercises we do may or may not help. Now, you've probably seen my tapes, or if you're watching this, you've probably been to one of my seminars. If not, I'd love you to see my tapes or have me come out to your company or organization and do a seminar. But what I really try to get across to everybody is this. There's basically, the most important rule of fitness is, number one, it shares the same as medicine. Do no harm. If you're doing any exercise and you hear some clicking, popping, or feel some sort of binding or pain, that is nature's subtle technique of saying, stop it, stop it, this is wrong. If you're having quality of life issues, you can't sleep on your side or you're having to sleep sitting up. I had a client once had a bone spur so big in her shoulder for about 6 or 7 months until she had surgery, she had to literally sleep sitting in a chair. So these shoulder issues are really tough. But what's really bad is a lot of people would say, okay, well then I'm going to exercise the shoulders really hard. A lot of reasons we have shoulder problems because we exercise shoulders too hard or improperly. If you're still doing things like a behind the neck lat pull down or some other really high risky impingement kind of moves, you might want to think about this in the long term. You might have a nice sexy shapely shoulder, but if it doesn't work, it's not going to be shapely and sexy for long because you won't be able to use it. If you have any questions about your shoulder, please go to a good doctor and have it checked out. Trust me, if these shoulders go out, all kinds of problems. So until next week, take care of your shoulders, look out when you reach and grab, and don't overtrain them. And remember, it's really about your habits, not your weight.